Let's try double declining. It's the same fact. Beginning book value, still 100. The depreciation expense, this is where it gets tricky. Rather than say we're going to take the depreciation base of 90 divided by 5, we're going to take 40% of the declining balance. I'll put the rate here is 2 and 0.2 is double 2 times the straight line rate of 20%, 40%. This will be 40% times 100. Accumulate is the same, and so ending book value is beginning minus this year's depreciation. So the idea is the same, but notice this is 18 here, and here the number is now 40. So there's a pretty big difference. Next year we start the year with 60. The depreciation is the same. It's 60 times 0.4, and the accumulated depreciation is last year's plus this year. And so the book value is last year's minus the new depreciation, 36. And if we continue that, we show you that all of these are okay except for this year. This is not okay because what is this number supposed to be? Is this supposed to be $7,000? I thought it's supposed to go to salvage value. So this year is a little delicate. It's a plug. We need to put in a number for depreciation expense in year 5 so that the total accumulated depreciation is 90. And that's not a hard thing to do. I'll show you how to do it in Excel right now. We need the ending book value to be 10. So if the ending book value has to be 10, the depreciation is the ending book value minus 10, which is what you want it to be. And so that's only $2,960 for that last year. And now we do this final calculation. Is the beginning balance minus this year's depreciation is voila, 10, right? So I'm going to highlight these as like, watch out for these things. I'll do it in red, watch out for these. This is tricky. The rest of it I don't think is too hard. You use 40% as the rate on the declining balance, and then you just mindful until the last year and make sure we bring it in so that this 10 is met, 10 being salvage value. All right, so let's try the same thing we just did. The under declining balance is 100,000. This year's depreciation is minus 40. I'll just go up here and remind us. It's minus this number. Okay, so minus 40, and over on this side, depreciation expense minus 40. And so we're good, right? And so if we did the same here, what we'll see over the next few years is next year we're going to start with 40, and then we're going to have another depreciation. How much? Let's now go to the schedule, 24. And the following year, we start with 24 on top of 40, 64. And the balance here will be third year, it's 14. Notice that this is very easy or consistent. I guess consistent, hopefully easy. 18,000 a year, right? But this one declines. It starts with 40, then drops to 24, then drops to 14. And that's because we're taking the 40% not times the original cost or some depreciation base, we're multiplying times the declining balance. So financial statement presentation, we have gross PPE, we have less accumulated depreciation leading to net PPE, and under the straight line we had original, we'll just do year 1. Year 1 is 100, and the depreciation accumulated for year 1 is just that first year. So the net PP&E is those two, right? For DDB, let me just format this, is that we still have the same original cost right here, but our balance, accumulated depreciation, is 40. So that our net PP&E is 60. So very, very big difference between these two numbers. And that, again, is by design. We're taking more depreciation up front with the DDB than if we did with the SL, straight line. Okay. So that's what we do. Next, we'll look at the tax and cash flow implications of the decision on depreciation method. If we take straight line, we have lower depreciation, which means higher income, both pre-tax and after-tax. If we take double declining balance, we're going to have higher depreciation expense, which will have lower pre-tax income, but the benefit has lower taxes, but lower net income. So the dilemma is DDB has lower net income, but we pay less cash. Straight line has higher net income, but we pay more tax. Do we want our cake and eat it too? Well, in the US, maybe not around the world, we have this ability to choose one method of accounting for what we call book purposes, GAAP purposes for reporting, and a different method for our tax reporting. The game or the planning device that people do in the US is they adopt the double declining method for taxes and the straight line method for reporting. In this case, you actually get your cake and eat it too. You get to report higher net income and you're able to have lower taxes.